And so why did you end up popping your balloon?
Just not my type physically.
Okay. And what makes him not your type?
Probably the height, even though I'm short.
I'm copping out. It's because you're short.
Okay.
Outside of the height,
It's the height. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm not interested.
it's solely just height for me. Height is a big preference for me, so that was just it.
I just think it's a cop-out. You know, that's the first thing y'all talk about is height. I think it's a cop-out. I think it's an easy thing to say, oh, he's not my height. But if I was up here talking about your weight, if I was up here talking about the weave, the lashes, and everything like
I
that,
have weave.
then it would go
From my head.
I'm just saying.
You say you're very confident, but when somebody brings up height, you get very defensive, which is not indicative of confidence. And
What's up, YouTube? Back again with another video for you guys. Your boy Uncle Simba. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, guys. Let's get into our video for today.
Hello, welcome in. What's your name?
Brian,
Brian, how old are you?
41.
And what do you do?
I'm an aircraft mechanic.
All right. Now, what are some things you like to do for fun?
I like to go to lounges. I like to read. I like to write. I got a book out, The Perfect Match. I'm sure everybody know that already. I like to have a good time. That's it.
All right. And what do you look for in a woman?
Class, grace, ladylike, God-fearing woman,
Okay.
stuff like that.
Nice. And what are some deal breakers?
And make sure I get this right.
Please do.
Multiple baby daddies.
Okay.
Can't do that. If you have multiple children, I can, as long as you're from one guy. It doesn't matter if you was married to him or not. As long as you're from one guy, I could deal with that.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
So far, so good. You know, great career. You know, he said he's what, an aircraft mechanic. The boundaries are good. You know what I'm saying? The brother looks clean. Let's see what happens.
Did get some pop balloons. Let's go on over there and see why they ended up popping.
All right.
Okay. We'll start here with your name and age.
I'm Sydney and I'm 28.
And Sydney, what do you do?
I'm an assistant principal at an elementary school.
And so why did you end up popping your balloon?
Just not my type physically.
Okay. And what makes him not your type?
Probably the height, even though I'm short, but I usually don't. Just the height.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how tall are you?
I'm 5 foot.
Okay. Brian, how tall are you?
5'7".
5'7". Okay. Cool. Now, is she someone that's your type?
Definitely. Definitely.
Thank you.
Definitely. It's a shame you popped on me. You know, and you say only because of height?
Only because of height, because you look good. I like your eyes, your
Okay.
skin tone.
All right.
Yeah.
So what's the fixation with the height?
Just because I'm just so small and little, I want someone just big. If that makes sense.
Okay.
You want
The height is a deal breaker, guys. I'll say this. I'm not tall. You know, but I make it up in other ways. But at the end of the day, I know that the height, it's not easy dating as a shorter guy. That's just the honest truth. A lot of girls are going to reject you on face value alone. You're going to have to come in with a lot of charisma. You're going to have to come in and really kind of prove yourself. When you're not tall as a man, you're starting, when you're approaching a girl, you're already starting from minus 2, minus 3. So your charisma and everything else needs to be sharp. That's just the truth about attraction, right?
I'm Alicia and I'm 29.
And Alicia, what do you do?
I'm a content creator.
And why did you end up popping your balloon?
I think we're both vets to the show. I've seen you on the show. I do think you're a little strict for me. I do tend to date taller guys. And we've just had some interesting interactions on the internet. I don't know. You're a little spicy on the internet. You've said some not nice things to me, so.
Oh, to you directly?
Yeah, I just feel like it was just after a catch-up or something. We just had an interesting interaction, and I just didn't like the way you handled me on the internet. I thought it was a little rude.
Okay. So, Brian, anything you want to say? And is she also someone that's your type?
I mean, she looks good, right? But I think I would pass.
That's fair.
The thing you're speaking about on the internet, you called me sassy in the comments. I really didn't appreciate that. I thought that was disrespectful,
Okay.
right? And I said something back to you, and that was pretty much it, really. But I think you're moving a little too fast. I really don't think you're here for love, to be honest with you. Last time you said you had your homegirl with you on the episode.
You're
I really
promoting a
don't think
book.
y'all was really.
You came out and basically like promoted your book, so I thought that was a little interesting as
Okay, so these two have a little bit of history at the end of the day, but she did say, oh, you're a little bit too strict. I mean, some girls, they want you to be liberal. They want you to let them go out with their best friends. They want you to let them twerk on other guys. They want you to let them have male besties and all these other things. For a lot of girls, that's a deal breaker for them. So at the end of the day, as a man, if you have boundaries, you're really going to have to search for a certain type of woman. You understand? Because at the end of the day, if you date this type of girl, it's always going to be fights. Because you trying to tell her you can't go to the club is going to be a problem. That's when now the whole is controlling comes out. You really need to look for your tribe. You really need to look for a like-minded girl who thinks and believes in the same kind of values that you have as a man. So that the issue about even clubbing doesn't even have to come up. The issue about, oh, I'm going to drink with my male best friends, it won't even come up with a certain type of girl. That's just the truth.
Your name and age.
Hi, I'm Alexis, and I'm 30 years old.
And Alexis, what do you do?
I'm doing well, thank you. So I'm a teacher by day and an entrepreneur by night.
Okay. What kind of businesses do you have?
It's a cold pressed juice business.
Very nice. And why did you end up popping your balloon?
Outside of the height, you said you like to go to lounges, and I'm not big on lounges, so that's ultimately why.
Okay.
Is she someone that's your type?
She's nice.
Thank you.
I would approach her. But, you know, lounges as a deal breaker for you, I don't really understand that, but okay.
Farewell.
Definitely.
If she said, I can't date him because of the height, I really get it because she's a tall girl. But then when girls that are like 5'1" are talking about height, that's just crazy to me. But you know what? At the end of the day, like I'll tell you the honest truth, guys, it's all in your head at the end of the day. When you're really confident as a guy and you're charismatic and you look good, you're gonna get girls, bro. It's a little bit harder, of course, if it's cold approach or maybe you're or she's already talking to a guy that she likes more than you, whatever it may be, but there's not enough 6-foot guys to go around. You still get enough beautiful girls if you're confident and you have your shit in order as a man.
Your name and age.
My name is Chanel and I'm 30.
Mm-hmm.
Chanel, what do you do?
I manage a business, a birth and postpartum business. Thank you.
And why did you end up popping your balloon?
For starters, you had me a little perplexed from seeing you on other episodes. So that was probably the initial thing. And then outside of that, I think you're just a little bit older than my preference. But outside of that, you're very attractive.
Okay. Appreciate that.
And is there anything specific that caught you off guard about him, about other episodes?
No, I like, it's just like the interaction, maybe like a little bit of like, again, perplexed, like a little shocking kind of shock factor with the way that you kind of communicated your desires or your like things that you're not interested in. So, yeah.
Okay.
Now, she's someone that's your type.
She looks good. She looks good. I love the chocolate. I love the shoes. Everything looks good. I love the teeth. You got it
Thank
together.
you so
much. But get to know me. Ask questions. Don't judge me for past episodes. Don't worry about none of that. Don't worry about what I tell the next woman. Focus on what I tell you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So you could have been a match, but you didn't pop.
Likewise, Brian.
Thank you.
Of all the girls so far, for me, that's not a match, to be honest with you. She's a beautiful black woman, but I'm just saying there's better girls. But the truth of the matter is, you see, women care more about your image. Women care more about what they've heard you talk about in the past. You understand? This guy is an aircraft mechanic. And obviously it's a dating show. A lot of these girls would actually date this guy. That's just the truth. But, hey, it is what it is, man. Let's continue.
Makara, 29.
And Makara, what do you do?
I'm a therapist.
Nice. And why did you end up popping your balloon?
It's solely just height for me. Height is a big preference for me, so that was just it.
No, we have to ask, how tall are you?
I'm 5'5".
Mm-hmm. And look at Brian's face. And Brian, she's someone that's your type.
She's good. She's good. I just think it's a cop-out, you know? That's the first thing y'all talk about is height. I think it's a cop-out. I think it's an easy thing to say, oh, he's not my height. But if I was up here talking about your weight, if I was up here talking about the weave, the lashes, and everything like
I
that,
have weave.
then it would go
From my head.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If you feel like I'm less of a man because I'm shorter than the 6 feet,
I
then
didn't say
that's a
that. You
problem.
said that. All I said was I didn't like your height for me. That was my
Understand.
preference.
I
That was
get
it.
you. I understand. I mean,
I
it's
wish you
cool,
well,
but I'm
though.
just, it's always what, the second or third one talking about height, so I just want to bring it to forefront about what's the problem with that, what's the fixation y'all women have with height.
Okay.
preference and all that, listen, I got enough confidence and enough prosperity to be able to stand taller than the tallest guy in the room. You heard me? But you won't
I
experience
love that for
so-
you. I hope
sure.
somebody experiences that.
For sure. I hear you.
Thank you. Okay, let's head back.
Oh, my boy is getting kind of heated over there. I mean, the height issue got him kind of heated, to be honest. And to be honest, bro, you can't let women, kind of like affect your vibe, your energy. You really need to calm down. Because at the end of the day, some of these things that girls say, bro, they will get to you. You're a human being, bro. When someone constantly talks about your physical features, how they're not good enough, and how they could do better with a guy that looks a certain way. It does. I mean, we are all human beings at the end of the day. But as a man, bro, you really need to control yourself and really have that nonchalant, like it doesn't matter type of look. At the end of the day, let me tell you something, another secret, bro. Look at people like Kevin Hart. Look at some of these comedians, right? You actually need to double down. When people start dissing you about a physical feature that you have, or an insecurity that you might have, you actually need to double down on that and just make a joke out of it. You understand? Because once you lose your cool, you see all the other girls are popping their balloons because he was getting kind of heated. He did express a very important point, which is true, that it's okay to shame a man for his height. It's okay to shame a man for, how tall he is and all these other things. But then if he started talking about weight, if he started talking about eyelashes, if he started talking about how these girls are wearing weaves, none of these girls, this is not their hair. It's either weaves or braids, right? It's going to be a problem. It's going to be, oh, you're shaming women. Oh, you are small D energy. Oh, you don't have confidence. Oh, you are this and that. But that's just the honest truth. It's okay to shame a man for his physical features. Oh, he's too short. It's okay to shame a man that is too broke. It's okay to shame a man and make him feel like he's less of a guy because he lacks in certain things that women are generally attracted to, which we get, right? But when, as a man, when you start talking about the things that we are attracted to, when you start talking about body count, you're like, I don't want to go with the high body count. It's a problem. Small dick energy. When you start talking about, I don't want a girl who wears makeup or who wears fake hair, it's a problem. Oh, you don't have confidence. And you start talking about, I don't want an older girl. It's like, oh, you're intimidated. There's all this shaming language for your standards as a man. And he actually spoke the truth right there. But obviously, if you're going to be trying to date a girl and then you're talking about this topic, it's going to be hard. You can't be red pill when you're trying to raise up a girl. That's just the truth.
So why did you end up popping your balloon?
So like the other lady said, I have seen you on previous episodes and I did find it a little distasteful, but I've never met you in person. I wanted to give you a chance. That's why I had it unpopped. But then I witnessed it for myself. The same distaste I kind of saw in the last episodes. To be specific, I guess I'll say, I think you say you're very confident, but when somebody brings up height, you get very defensive, which is not indicative of confidence. And so for me, I wanted to hear you out because I did have a prefix judgment of you, but I wanted to hear you out. And then that interaction kind of confirmed what I prejudged. So.
You see what I said? You are always going to be held to a standard as a man. Oh, you said you're confident, but now you're getting heated when she mentioned about the height. But they got heated when they started talking about weaves and weight. They started popping their balloons. All the girls that didn't have their balloons pop started popping. They also got heated. They also got in their emotions. But as a man, as a leader, as the person who's expected to lead the relationship, you cannot get heated, bro. You understand? You need to control yourself. This is how I always say your most important power as a guy is your ability to walk away. If you feel disrespected, you need to walk away. If a girl disrespects you, she might reject you and actually tell you that, oh, you're too short for me, right? They don't want us to reject them and tell them, oh, nah, you're too fat for me. But if she was direct to you like that, you just need to walk away as a man, right? And this is why I say, as you increase your value, you're walking away from a man, from a woman, right? It's gonna have a weight on her. When you actually have value and you walk away and she thinks you're gonna beg her, she can actually just kind of think and be like, you know what? But that dude was actually, why is he not texting me now? But the problem is when you get heated and you start arguing with girls, you start trying to talk logic with them. Women don't think logically most of the times, bro. Women think emotionally. Women act on emotions. How is she feeling in that point? Is she feeling safe? Is she feeling comfortable? Does she feel beautiful around you? Does she feel protected? Does she feel or horny, whatever it may be, right? So the moment you start to try to talk logic, like, oh, you call me short, now I'm gonna call you fat, or this, or why did you say that? And you're trying to talk logic, bro. I'm telling you, bro, women don't want the truth. This is why men lie to women. They always say this, right? Men love with their eyes, women love with their ears. This is why women wear makeup and men lie. It's just the truth. It's a dance. Getting a girl is a dance. You have to just raise it up and just hold your cool. And better results are going to come out of you holding your cool than they are of you losing your cool. Imagine the girls that didn't pop their balloons, right? If he had, of course, a lot of them had popped their balloons, but then he could have had 2 or 3 girls that wanted him. But now because he lost his cool, he lost all the girls. You know? So in real life, bro, you can't lose your cool with a girl. You can go back home, scream with your pillow, do whatever it may be, but then when you're around girls, bro, it doesn't matter if they insult you, it doesn't matter what they say, bro. You just walk away. If you're feeling heated, just walk away and be like, you know what? It is what it is. Move on. Walk away. Go home. You will be much more respected when you do that, because societally, they are allowed to lose their temper. They are allowed to disrespect us, but you cannot allow disrespect. I'm not saying allow disrespect. I'm saying when you feel disrespected, walk away. That's not the type of woman for you.
Okay.
All right. No, she's someone that's your type.
She's good. She's definitely a catch.
Thank you.
But, I think he was wrong with that. The fixation height that y'all women have, that's a
Don't
problem.
say y'all. I never spoke on your height.
You just spoke on the height.
No, I never spoke on
just
your
spoke
height.
on the height.
I never spoke on your height. I said what you did on your previous episodes was distasteful to me, but I wanted to give you a chance to come out here and interact with you myself. I actually wanted to answer one of your questions, which is why I had my balloon unpopped. But you got, I won't say sassy. You got defensive with her, and I didn't appreciate that, and I feel like you were like that on the previous episodes, and I saw it in real life.
That's not you. That's a whole nother woman. So you're a girl's girl?
Define girl's girl.
Or you a girl's girl? You know exactly what that means.
No, define girl's girl.
You're a girl's girl.
Define
so when you're
girl's girl.
That kind of mean you would choose a woman before you choose a man. That's what that would mean.
Yes.
You would? Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on.
Listen, even the way he's breathing, he's lost his cool. This guy's a short temper. You understand? He's trying to reason with you. What's this fixation of you girls with height? And they don't get it, bro. They are allowed to say this to you, but you can never, because at the end of the day, you're trying to get the girl, bro. Unless your value is so high that you're Chris Brown, you can say what you want and whatever. But bro, if you are at the same level where we still need to raise up girls and try to, put our best foot forward, bro, you can't argue with girls like this. Because you have to make a decision. Do you want to be right or do you want to get the girl? At the end of the day, I get it. You have your rules as a man. You have standards that you do walk away with the red flags. But right now, you don't even know any of these girls, right? You're trying to get to know them. They don't even like you yet. So you can't be arguing with them, trying to talk about logic, trying to talk about, what's your fixation with height? If she's not for you, she's not for you. Move on to the next girl. But if you're going to be known to be the type of man that's going to be debating with girls like this, like, I get it if it's a show. It is a show, but I'm just trying to give you a lesson that even with your own girl, bro, if you say something, don't debate. And if it means you need to walk away, you're better off walking away than you trying to debate and trying to talk logic and trying to bring other things that she said. And you're better off just saying, you know what, if this is not for you, I'd rather just be alone. You'd rather that. She's more likely to say, you know what, I'll do things your way, than you arguing with her and trying to say, oh, I'm a masculine man, all these other things.
Let's go down here. Your name and age.
Y'all gonna get it today.
Hi, I'm Shaylin,
Y'all
and
gonna
I'm
get it
30.
today.
Shaylin, what do you do?
I'm a nursing student.
And so why did you end up popping your balloon?
I'm copping out. It's because you're short.
Okay.
And I don't like men that argue with women. All that going back and forth is crazy.
Okay. No problem. Okay.
Is she someone that's your type?
She's nice. She'll catch. But then again, she's a girl's girl.
Keep
You'll
it
follow her.
cute. Keep it
You a
cute.
follower, love.
Keep it cute,
You
buddy.
want about what I'm telling the next woman, you'll follow her.
Here you go, arguing
Worry
with
about what I
women
tell
again.
you.
That's
It's really
crazy.
not about being argumentative. It's about really letting you women know what's the deal on a national television show, YouTube.
We're not
right?
interested. It's okay.
It's all
Just
good.
take
You
it
don't
to
have
the
to be
chin.
interested,
Move
but you're
on.
going to listen to what I got to tell you after
Let's
you
move
say
on.
what
Let's
you
move
say,
on. Let's
right?
move on. Let's move on.
It's all
You even the presenters on the girl side, a lot of the things that he's saying are true. A lot of the things that he's saying are true, but then, bro, you're still gonna look bad as a guy. Look how many girls there are on this show. This is like what, maybe 10 girls. They're all gonna take each other's side, and you're still gonna look goofy. You're still gonna look crazy trying to debate with these girls, bro. He was better off, right? Just accepting the rejections and moving on. And I get it, bro. It is a dating show. One guy that I saw who got away with arguing with girls was the plumber. What's his name? Something the plumber. That guy. That guy actually ended up walking away with one of the most beautiful girls that was actually on the panel. But then he has a different energy. I think that guy was just built for social media. Look at how he's grown now. He's actually a big social media person now. His handles grew from being on top of the balloon. That's different, bro. We're not the same. But for most guys, bro, you're not gonna get away with arguing with girls like this, bro. This is feminine energy. Arguing with women, bro, is feminine energy. You don't need to be arguing with women. Unless you have a YouTube channel and you're just debating a topic, I get that. But to go on a dating show, bro, and try to reason with girls like, oh, I'm this and this, and then trying to red pill them, bro, they're never going to be red pilled, bro. Women think the way they think. And women are always going to team up on you once you start debating with them. And you're always going to look bad because people are going to clip this.
Fair game.
All right. Your name and age?
Hi, I'm Ty. I'm 27.
How you doing?
Ty, what do you do?
I'm an entrepreneur. I'm the owner of Fat Bar. I'm a lash tech. I do everything esthetician field, basically.
Okay.
And why did you end up popping your balloon?
It's the height. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
No
for me.
problem. No problem. It's all good.
Is she someone that's your type?
Not really. You know what I mean? But she's good. You know what I mean? She's all right. You know, I don't really like the weave. I don't like the lashes. I don't really like all that.
So what's the difference?
I like
of
to
the
keep it
height
natural.
thing?
You know?
What's the difference?
What's the difference with what?
Of a girl saying she don't want you for your height, and then you don't want
It's
me
just
'cause I
it's just
got
the
weave
same
and
fixation
lashes?
that y'all use in every episode.
So
That's
it's the
really
same
all it's
fixation
about.
of
I don't really
lash
care
and
about
weave. Next.
I don't
Thank you.
I don't really care about the height thing. I really
Next.
don't.
Thank
Because
you.
I'm confident.
You understand? You see how she flipped it on him right there. Obviously, when you started mentioning the weave and the lashes, he's trying to make a point, right? That we as men are not as fixated on like these things that you guys are. He's trying to make a point because they're fixated on his height. But you see how she flipped it on him, and she's like, next. He's just looking bad, girl after girl after girl, and I'm sure every other girl is just gonna say your height, and then was now they want to embarrass him. Now they want to embarrass him, and the more he's trying to argue with them, bro. You already lost when you try to argue with a lot of these girls. You see, you're better just being in your masculine energy. You know what it is, my height. Cool, next girl. Okay, next girl. Okay, those that don't pop the balloon, you know, if everyone pops, it is what it is, and then you walk out. But I get, you know, sometimes you're trying to go viral. Sometimes maybe this could be like, you know, Aaron the plumber. You know, he grew from arguing with girls. He actually got away with it because he actually ended up walking away with the most beautiful girl, actually, I would say, on the panel. But hey, man, I don't know, but I just, in real life, bro, if this is how you move with girls, your girl, trying to argue, trying to reason with them like this, it's not going to work, bro. You just need to have your standards as a man. You just need to have the things that are your do's and don'ts and your red lines, and you don't argue, bro. If your red line is, I don't date girls that go to the club and she's bothering you about going to the club, you just tell her, you know what, maybe I'm not the guy for you. You move on with your life, move on to the next girl. You don't start arguing, you start telling a red pill stuff like, oh, yeah, the reason why I don't want you to go to the club is because of this, and then you're going back and forth. Because, bro, once you get into the whole argument, raising voices and what, you're not gonna win, bro. That's the feminine ground. Women know how to shift things and just make you look bad. And then when she starts calling you controlling, and then, oh man, she will turn everyone against you. Now she has a reference to the things that you've said in the argument. You'd rather just say your standards, bro. You don't need to argue, bro. She can keep it moving, find another guy. And you can keep it moving and find another girl. Or be single. You need to be comfortable with being alone at the end of the day as a man.
Nothing about that,
Let's
but,
move on.
you know.
Your name and age?
My name is LaPortia and I'm 30.
You said LaPortia?
Yes.
Okay. And LaPortia, what do you do?
I have a lot of trades. I'm a veteran. I'm a cosmetologist. I have a CDL and I just finished school for cybersecurity.
Well, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
And why did you end up popping your balloon?
I'm not interested.
And what is it? May I ask?
I don't really want to like have an argument with you. I just don't like the way you speak to other women.
There we go again. A girl's girl.
It's fine.
A girl's
Thank you.
girl. I don't really like the box eyebrows.
Okay.
So,
They're not for you.
but you know, they
They're
definitely not for me, baby.
Exactly.
You hear me?
Your name and age?
My name is Annalicious. I'm 28 years old, and I work for Dynasty Financial Services.
Okay.
And why did you end up popping your balloon?
So I've listened to all these people. If I was your woman by your side, I'm kind of getting cringed. I'm getting scared. My heart rate is going up. So I'm just, baby, stop. So I just had to pop.
I mean, man, my bro tried, man. He tried to rape you all his girls, but ended up embarrassing himself at the end of the day. So I would just say, bro, avoid arguing with girls, bro. Walk away. Once you're in a disagreement with a woman, keep quiet. Just walk away. Don't be this back and forth, bro. Just think of how girls can manipulate and start twisting the argument and you just need to state your boundaries as a man, bro. Whatever it may be, if she's your girl, she already knows what you like and what you don't like. Once she crosses the line, I didn't like this because of this. If he tries to argue, bro, just like, yo, let's go our separate ways. You see? And the truth is, especially in a group like this, bro, once you start arguing with girls, they're gonna take each other's sides and they're gonna make you look bad, and you are really gonna look bad if you're gonna go back and forth, bro. If you have a disagreement with a woman, bro, it's in your best interest to just restrain yourself and remove yourself from the situation. So I guess this was a nice episode, actually. So yeah, till my next video, guys. I'm out.